Trump has reversed a decades-long policy that will now allow ICE officers to arrest individuals at schools, hospitals, and churches and other sensitive locations. For more than a decade, ICE and CBP were restricted from arresting individuals at sensitive locations, like schools, hospitals, churches, and places of worship. This policy was in place to allow immigrant families to have access to medical care, education, and spiritual support without the fear of being deported. And this decades-long policy was not a black and white rule. ICE could still proceed with enforcement actions if there were exigent circumstances that existed, even in these sensitive locations. For instance, if there was a need for an immediate arrest due to a national security concern or a terrorism matter, or if there was an imminent risk of death or harm to a person or property, or even if there was the need to pursue an arrest of a dangerous felon, a terrorism suspect, or any other individual that presented an imminent public safety threat. Now, ICE did need higher level approval to operate in these sensitive locations if these exigent circumstances existed, but now with the policy being rescinded, these types of actions can move forward without any prior approval. Expedited removal is also back, which basically means that if you encounter an ICE officer and you cannot present proof that you're lawfully present in the U.S. for the last 2 years, they can issue an expedited order of removal. This is basically what we call fast-track deportation, meaning you don't have the right to appear in front of an immigration judge. You're not entitled to really any due process. So what should you do if ICE approaches you? First, stay calm and do not run. Take a deep breath, stay still, and assess the situation that's in front of you. Also know that you have the right to remain silent. You do not have to answer any questions about your immigration status. You can simply say, I'm exercising my right to remain silent. If ICE asks you where you were born or how you entered the United States, you do not have to answer that question either. Also, do not open your door to ICE unless they're able to show that they have a signed warrant by a judge. ICE cannot enter your home outside of those circumstances. And ask to see the warrant, have them slide it under the door or show it to you through the window. If it's an ICE warrant, which is in Form I-200 or I-205, it is not a valid warrant for purposes of entering your home. Also, if you're detained in a public place, ask if you're free to leave. If they say yes, you can walk away calmly. And if they say no, you remain silent and ask for a lawyer. Also, don't show fake documents or lie. Providing fake documents or lying to an immigration officer can absolutely be used against you later on. So instead, simply say, I wish to invoke my right to speak to a lawyer. Also, do not sign anything without speaking to a lawyer because ICE may pressure you to sign documents, including orders that could result in your deportation from the U.S. Signing can forfeit your chance to fight your case, so please be very careful with this. Also, have a plan. Keep all of your important documents in a safe location. Have your lawyer's number memorized, as well as numbers of other people that you trust. That way you can call them in the event you're detained so they can help you get through the situation. There certainly are a lot of big changes that have happened and that will continue to come. So it's just really important to stay informed, up to date on the latest, and have a plan. Follow us for more immigration news, tips, and information.